Before we get into this clip, let me say this. Most people hear options and think risk, but in reality, options are leverage, a tool the wealthy use to multiply returns while protecting downside. What Wall Street Trapper breaks down here is the mindset and the math behind real financial power. Let's check this clip out. This one could change how you view money forever.
I don't care. Some people gonna be mad at me. A lot of people gonna say I'm lying. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. All I'm gonna say is this. It's on record that I made $1.2 million in a trade this year. On record, you can check it out. It's on record that I made $860,000 in 6 weeks and put that as a down payment on the building. It's on record that I made $2.5 million in the market this year outside of that in the options game. It's on record. It's on record for the last 127 episodes of Trapping Tuesdays, my options account, buy and hold, wins and losses. It's on record that for the last 3 years, I've made 6 and 7 figures in the options market. It's on record the last 3 years that I personally have double-digit beat the market. It's on record. So you don't have to listen to me. A lot of people who might disagree with me, they're just talking from theory. I'm talking from facts. Now that we got it out the way. All right, family, so listen, I know everybody be wanting to get in the options market. I know people want to play the options game. I know people lose so much money in the options game. I'm about to tell you something that's about to really make people mad, but guess what? I don't care, right? I'm about to bring you in, but you got to promise me, y'all. Like, once I tell you this, you got to at least tap into Trapping Tuesdays. You got to at least like and subscribe to what we about to do, man. This is gonna be crazy. I'm about to give you a quick blueprint, right? For all my people that's not really good at reading charts, for all my people that's not really good at executing, that they want to play the options market, man, but you just scared, man. You just scared, man. And I get it, because the game could be dangerous. But watch this, what I'm about to tell you. So we all know that the market, if you don't know about options, options are basically, you are essentially saying that X, Y, Z stock is gonna hit a certain price by a certain time. This is just the nuts and bolts of it. You saying that XYZ stock is going to hit this price in this time frame. And you got some things working against you, right? So there's the two things that I look at the most is one thing that's called delta. So the delta tells us how much money my option contract is making as it go up and down. And you got this another thing, theta is what I look at. And this tells us how much our stock is gonna lose as time gets against us, in so many words, right? I always look at it like an ice cube method, right? The further I am away from the sun, right, the longer the ice cube stays frozen. But the closer the sun, the ice cubes gets to the light, guess what? The faster it melts. That's how we look at theta, right? The cheat code I'm about to give you right here is for all my people that's getting in the game. You want to get into the options game. I'm giving it to you free. I don't care. Some people gonna be mad at me. A lot of people gonna say I'm lying. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. All I'm gonna say is this. It's on record that I made $1.2 million in a trade this year. On record, you can check it out. It's on record that I made $860,000 in 6 weeks and put that as a down payment on the building. It's on record that I made $2.5 million in the market this year outside of that in the options game. It's on record. It's on record for the last 127 episodes of Trapping Tuesdays, my options account, buy and hold, wins and losses. It's on record that for the last 3 years, I've made 6 and 7 figures in the options market. It's on record the last 3 years that I personally have double-digit beat the market. It's on record. So you don't have to listen to me. A lot of people who might disagree with me, they're just talking from theory. I'm talking from facts. Now that we got it out the way, here's a cheat code for free You can take my options masterclass and get really into the trenches on how we find my formulas, you know, how we play the game at such a high level, because this not gonna always happen. But it's a cheat code in case you do see this happen. All right, essentially, I don't really do puts. So puts is me saying that the stock is gonna hit this price in a certain amount of time, but going down. Meaning if the stock is $50, you saying that the stock gonna hit 40. If XYZ stock is $50 now, you saying that XYZ gonna hit $46 in whatever amount of time. Right? Calls, are you saying XYZ stock, let's say XYZ stock is $50, you saying XYZ stock is gonna hit $60 in a certain amount of time. That's essentially what the game is. Now you can get deep into bear puts and all, you know, wheel strategies and cover calls. You can definitely get into all that, but that ain't what I'm here for. I just want to show some people how to make some money in the market who really don't have time to, you know. Now, first of all, the first thing you got to do is have a QUALITY. You got to have a quality, COMPANY. You got to have a quality company in order for this to work. You can't go do this with an AMC. You can't go do this with a AT&T. You got to do this with a quality company that, watch this, that moves at a high rate. It will only work for a quality company that moves at a high rate. You can't go do this with a Coca-Cola. You can't go do this with a Pepsi. You can't go do this with a Johnson & Johnson. It ain't gonna work. You gotta do this with a quality company, meaning a company got a good balance sheet, good income statement, and you gotta do this with a company that is a fast mover. So you find a high quality company that is a fast mover, and you go figure out what the 52-week high is. You can figure out what the 52-week high is, and you go make a list of 10 companies, 10 to 15, I'm gonna say 10 to 20 companies that are great companies that you research and know they're high movers, right? And the next thing I want you to do is go figure out what their 52-week high is, meaning what is the highest price that this company has hit in the last 52 weeks, right? I want you to go figure that out. And I want you to just keep paying attention to these stocks. Keep paying attention to them. You don't gotta do nothing crazy. Keep paying attention to these stocks. Write the 52-week high down, write it down. And then there's gonna be a moment in the market where the market just pulls back deeply, or the company just pulls back deeply. And what I want you to do is I want you to go look at these 10 to 20 companies, and I want you to go see anywhere where they are 20 to 25% away from their 52-week high. All right? I want you to think about something. If you go look back to 2022, Facebook was $98, Netflix was $200, Amazon was $90. All of these companies have exploded. Nvidia, $90, Tesla, cheap. All of these quality companies were really, really cheap. You go back to the, pandemic, they were really, really cheap for 8 days, and then the market exploded. So I want you to go take these companies, and I want you to go find out where their 52-week high is, and I want you to go anywhere between, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna even say 15, 20, 25% away from the 52-week high. That means if the stock is $100, if it's 20% from its 52-week high, that means it's $80. You go find the companies you look at these companies. This for my new investors. This for my new investors, and you scared to trade. I want you to go do this. You go take these companies, 10 to 20 companies, write down, they fast movers. When this company goes 15, 20, 25% from its 52-week high, I want you to do this. I want you to go to the options chain of these companies, which is where the options are on the app. And I want you to say, okay, I want to put a call option in 10% from the price. Meaning, let's say a stock is $100. If it's 20% from its all-time high, that means it's $80. I want you to go to the options market and I want you to put a 6-month call on plus 10%. So now I want you to take and put a $90 call on XYZ stock with a 6-month expiration date. So what you've done now is the stock has already showed you that it is willing to hit its 52-week high. So you're not saying that it's gonna go back to this 52-week high, you've actually given it some room. You've given it 6 months to meet you halfway at $90. You ain't had to look at you ain't had to look at no charts. You ain't had to look at none of that. Now, it may dip a little bit more. That's cool. If it dips more, watch this. If it dips more than $80, if the $80 goes, remember, quality companies. If it goes more than $80, if it goes to $60, what I want you to do is, I want you to take, if you don't exit that play, right? If you don't exit it, I want you to do what's called add a leg. What I want you to do is if it goes to $60 or if it goes to $70, I want you to use the same strategy, use the same date, and then just use another plus 10%. So if it goes to 70, I want you to now put an $80 call to the same 6 months. Or the same, so now you got a $80 call, and now you got a $90 call in the same 6-month time frame. Or depending on how time, you can either, if that 6 months is a month earlier, so now you got 2 calls, 1 month apiece at 2 different strike prices. Don't go crazy, you don't gotta go all in, but if it's a quality company, the market may just be pulling back, right? And then you're now gonna be in position and you're gonna give yourself something I talked about in the other video, time, and you're gonna speed up your rate of return, or like we like to call them, our stock miles per hour. This right here, family, is a blueprint for you. Nah, this ain't what you're gonna do actively. Is you saying, okay, here's 10, 15 companies I'm looking at. Here's the 52-week high. Now you just checking the market to see when they are 15, 20 to 25% from the 52-week high. Once you do that, you put in the 10%, you add 10% from the price, give it 52 weeks, go about your business, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Chapman. I just get y'all a blueprint, dog. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, we don't care who don't like it, man. This ain't just no boo. The game is different, y'all, right? And the way they tell us the game all the time, man, I promise you, man, it ain't that complicated. You gotta ask, here's my question to everybody on here. Do you wanna make money in the market, or do you wanna be right based on what they said in the books? Right? Everything I do is unorthodox. My option masterclass, when you look at it, we've made, 2024, we made 6 people millionaires. 2024, we've made hundreds of thousands of people 5- and 6-figure traders, man. It's the same formula. Now I don't use this formula because I'm more active, so I'm not always waiting for the 52-week, right? I'm all in it, but I've used it well, it's now bounce back from its 52-week high. Use my formula, pop, pop, pop. But this is a cheap formula for y'all that I know that y'all can use ASAP for the people that don't want to be active. You can just sit on the side and wait. Quality company. You don't know what quality company is, check out the Wall Street Chapman course. Go to that 52-week high. Once it retraces 15, 20, 25%, take off. Man, listen, man, I hope y'all like this right now, man. Talk to us in the chat. Tell us how can we help you a little bit more. Tell us in the chat, man, what can we do to help you and serve you a little bit more. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. I love y'all, man. Salute.
Start stacking today. Join Coinbase with my link in the description and get free Bitcoin just for signing up. Don't wait.